Yeah. My name is Emmanuel Konawoli, and I'm here to present my Kappa project. For my Kappa project, I've been giving the talks for Kappa rebranding, and I meant to say to make it what's it called rebranding for Kappa's 50th anniversary. And Kappa is a sports urban brand. So in order to get my double page editorial and my bust up adverts, I've gone through this process of taking these test shirts in my college of my fellow students, and I really like this one because it's more. I like the camera angle, and I like because the picture is not exposed to too much light. It's mostly let's see. Just can you go there, please? Just can you go there, please?
It's not moving. Is that you?
Down.
One.
No, that's it. Switch that.
Let's just scroll down.
Oh. Oh. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, these are my set shots for my Kappa project. And stop. I really like this one because I got my inspiration from the Kappa logo. But instead of using two people facing back to side, I've used just Alicia by herself because I just wanted to show it. Because Kappa's logo shows two people behind themselves, and I've used Alicia by herself because I wanted to show independence in Kappa, the brand. And I also like this one because of the camera angle I've used for it, and it shows that Alicia's kind of, sorry, my fellow student in my class, it shows how dominant she is, and yeah, how strong she is. Go down.
Can you present to us, please, not to Shiraz?
Oh, okay. And furthermore, I've developed my test shirt into making my first draft, which is and I've used fashion says me to the quote fashion says me to style says only me, because the camera angle I've used for the picture shows that Alicia is kind of she is proud of what she's wearing, and shows how the clothing makes her feel about herself. It makes her feel more confident about herself, and I really like the effective use because it makes you look more urban, and that's the reason why I use the font, the style of the font I've used to make it relate to the font as well. And furthermore, I developed this piece from my pictures from Olympic Park and the Barbican. I really like that one. I got my inspiration from that one. Yeah, I got my inspiration from this one, from Prada. And I really like this one because because of the effects I use, and I've used that red line because, as you can see, Shemaya looks really, it just looks really proud of what he's wearing, and I've used the red to focus more on the facial expression and the logo, as you can see there. And I've used this red line instead of using white here because I wanted this page to relate to that page as well. I didn't want them to look completely different. That one. And I really like this one as well because the style, the pose of my model is different from what you would see. Like, it's wearing a tracksuit, but it's not posing in a more sporty way. Like, the pose is unique to what you would see. And I've used this grid line because it relates with, as you can see, the pattern in this jumper. I wanted to incorporate something like that to the grid as well. And I've also used it because the first time when this Kappa logo was there, it was just floating, and I wanted to give it a bit more perspective. That's the reason why I've used it. I used it font to show relation between the logo and the font, because the A kind of relates to the Kappa logo. Next one. Yeah. I really like this one because I've used less color and make it look more, use the this X pattern to give it colors without actually putting colors on the page, and actually makes it look pop art, like Ronichi style kind of thing. And I've used this line, this shapes here to give it kind of camera shots effect. The next one. That one. It's sweet. Yeah. And this was my first draft for my bus stop adverts. This isn't my strong one, but this was my first draft for it. And I've done this by, I've incorporated a Kappa logo on the shoulder of his jumper. Yeah, next one.
Got about 1 minute left to present, so
Yeah.
maybe you can get on to the final outcomes.
Yeah, I really like this one as well because out of the final piece I made, I haven't really made it look sporty in terms of Kappa, because Kappa is a sport brand, and I wanted to make a piece which will relate to sports within the effect, which using the, a kind of sporty effect, motivated kind of sporty effect. And I've used this glitch effect because in terms of sport, running, football, and that, you see movements, and that, so I've used this glitch effect to show movements in sport. And I've also made the fonts look like that because I wanted it to relate to the actual effects I've used for the picture. And I've also used this zoom in camera effect to zoom in on elements like Kappa and the picture. So yeah, just go down, down. Yeah, that was my final outcome for my banner. And I've used this pictures because they stand out more.
Okay, do you have any final campaign images you've selected rather than showing us first drafts? Because you've got about 20 seconds left, it'd be good to see those.
Nah, they were deleted last week Friday.
Okay. Any questions from anyone?
Can we see a video?
Yeah.
Your final video.
That's it.
I found a love for
Yeah, the reason why I made my video look like that was because I've used the VHS effects for my video because I wanted to kind of show the advancity in Kappa, how long Kappa's been in business for, and
How long is that? Any other questions for Manuel then before we call it a day? I've got a couple of questions, Manuel. What research did you do? And is there any evidence of it?
my folder.
Okay, another question. How did you develop your first ideas? Did you do any drawings or anything like that?
Yes, I did. They're my folder as well.
Okay, how did you create a message for the audience? What's the message you're trying to get across at the end? Why will the campaign encourage people to buy Kappa products?